It's a way of working which does allow marketers to be much more adaptable, to pick up the pace and take a test and learn.
What is Agile marketing?
Yeah, I mean, Agile marketing, fascinating and relatively nascent for sure. So not necessarily a well-known term. Many marketers are familiar, of course, with growth marketing, performance marketing, but actually Agile marketing has really come out of Agile as a methodology for project management, of course, but adapted for marketers. So the difference is there's an Agile marketing manifesto now, which really acts as a reference point to guide Agile marketing. And Agile marketing really empowers businesses to grow, but also to drive efficiency and collaboration at the same time, really being client-centric. So you could say it's quite common sense, but ultimately it's a way of working which does allow marketers to be much more adaptable, to pick up the pace and take a test and learn approach in everything they do. It's data driven, and so obviously in the modern context of marketing that's very important, particularly when you're dealing with so much disruption in the face of new technology such as AI, but also dealing with the vast quantities of data that marketers are now dealing with every day.
So, I mean, if you try to take the fluff out and try to take these so many words out, let's take a single activity, and how would you do it in the Agile marketing way, and how would you do it in a regular way?
Yeah, and that's a great question. I mean, what you need to do is to think about it fundamentally as a way of working. So it's not just one activity. It could be a campaign, for instance. So it could be your acquisition campaigns. So if you wanted to improve your customer acquisition within a certain segment or territory, then you could form an Agile marketing squad or hub or pod, and then that team would bring together marketers, sales colleagues, client success, product potentially, in order to create a go-to-market proposition that would resonate with that segment or audience and accelerate going to market and acquiring those customers.
But tell us a real example. Like, tell us that this is the way, maybe something which you did or you handled or a client. How were they doing it, and then how did you apply Agile marketing approaches to change the system?
Yep, of course. So one of our clients, they're called Reward Gateway. They are a global provider of benefits. They're actually enterprise benefit platform provider generally. So they provide employees with a raft of benefits that as an employer you can sign up for the platform and offer that to your staff. Reward Gateway, a very well-established enterprise firm, they wanted to enter the small business market, so they needed a whole new way of thinking about not just their product, but also how they would go to market to small businesses. So we worked with Reward Gateway in order to take that new proposition to market. We very quickly assembled a team which was able to pull together a minimum viable marketing plan and start to test and learn. So rolling through short sprints and starting to work with the audience in order to quickly refine the messaging, refine the channel mix, and create a really good integrated approach that we could then scale in order to hit their business goals. But also the neat thing about it for them is, as an enterprise organization, their sales cycles normally very high touch, so costly, intensive. But obviously if you want to meet small business owners, you need a low touch model. So working in an agile way was really important, because they not only needed to adapt their go-to-market strategy and use more digital marketing to reach their audience, they also needed to refine their customer success and service and onboarding. So that's a great example.
What were the 2 or 3 things that you did which, maybe top 3 things which you did
in order
which they followed?
Yeah, so for them,
your suggestions to them.
Yeah, so for them we started with a very intensive creative cycle where we came up with, we did some audience insight research and based on that research, we created a raft of different creative approaches, which we very quickly took onto social channels to test and learn which ones were going to be most engaging to their audience. So very quick results, and in terms of multi-functional testing across social channels to learn which creative approach was most appropriate, refine the messaging further, and then to really kind of start to scale that up to a wider audience group. So start small, build on success, and that was obviously very important in terms of then quickly learning how we could acquire. They're a SaaS model, so they need to acquire customers quickly in order to get that annual recurring revenue secured.